this the crux of your week?
This is the new Crux shoe from Scarpa Footwear. Firstly, we've got Pat here. Pat's a new team member with us. He's a bit of a climber himself. Cool to have him on board. And we've also got a beer. So it's obviously pretty important to us. So we've got, what's it called? It's called it's from Colosseum Brewing. Am I saying that right, Pat?
Colosseum.
There we go. Different pronunciations, you see. And then it's called the 9th Legion Wee Heavy. It's 5.5%. Now, the really cool thing about this company is they're nice and local. Now, when I say local, I mean Amberley. Amberley's not that far away, so it's nice to be supporting a local wee brewery. Now, when we poured the beer, it was kind of dark. I was a little bit surprised. So let's see how it tastes.
Yeah, 100%. Cheers.
That's quite nice. It's got a little bit of bitterness, but it's quite tasty. I think I could definitely drink this a few more times. It's obviously, you know, in the can. It's got some cool wee graphics to go with it as well. No, that's nice. Good beer, guys. Doing well. Anyway, we've got a new shoe. So Scarpa is obviously a fairly big brand. They've been doing footwear for a long, long time. They know what they're doing. They make it really, really good, high quality. They have a range of styles, and today we have the Crux. Now, you got the women's and you got the men's. That's the colourway it comes in. Now, this is what they class as what? Approach shoe? That'd be right? What is an approach shoe?
Sort of like a hybrid rock climbing walking shoe. Usually used to approach the crag or just have a good day out walking.
Sweet. So, in other words, it has to be really durable, super comfortable, and has to be quite robust. So we'll start from the sole. So you've got a Vibram Mega Grip. This is Scarpa's sole. So essentially, it's super sticky, but it's going to be still have a lot of durability with it. So obviously, you need to be able to, you know, use it in harsher terrain. Often quite aggressive rockers involved. But at the same time, you get a lot of people use these for everyday use. I've had some other shoes from Scarpa and I've just literally lived in them, so I'll probably do the same with these. Now, what have we got following this? We've got a nice upper. What's the story with the upper?
It's a 1.8mm rind, suede leather.
Yep, so it's nice and durable. It'll probably have a little bit of a break-in period, so it might flex up a bit more. Often they do with a bit of wear. And I've just noticed there's a massive little toe cap on it, so you know they call it a rand, nice and durable. The idea is just to stop stones and stuff from cutting up your material. This can wear down over time, and that's actually quite normal, but it's definitely a protective layer. Now you mentioned before about the tongue. What was so special about the tongue?
So interestingly, that I found out with the tongue is it's actually not attached all the way till down here, so you can actually open it up. A bit wider for some of your wider-footed people. Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. And then obviously being a bit more climbing related, I guess, is you've got the lacing that goes all the way from the bottom up to the top. So it's going to give you that perfection of a fit, which you nailed it. It's going to fit a larger audience. You've got a good heel cup to it. Now, when I tried it on, I was quite impressed. Now, Scarpa's normally quite a high volume brand. They offer, you know, there's a lot of volume in the top, super comfy because of that, but they've really made it a bit more precise fit, so they've given a bit more contact to the foot, which is going to give you a bit more control, isn't it? Yeah. A bit more security. It's potentially, I guess you could say it's a tiny bit narrower, but I mean, realistically, they've just lowered the volume on it, so it's just a bit more of a snugger fit, a bit more comfort, but you found it pretty comfy?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yep. Now, you also mentioned about stiffness, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's slightly stiffer compared to some others, but holds up really well.
Yeah, and you found like you're pretty stable on it still?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, torsional stiffness is important, obviously, when you're going over, you know, technical terrain. It keeps you perched on top of it, means you're not going to be collapsing around that, and it'll mean that your comfort level's higher for longer. Obviously got a range of these in store. Full size break, plus the women's one, and colourway, I think I've nailed it. It's quite low key, a little bit of orange there, but you could use that for other things as well. But I mean, if you want something that's robust all round, perfect. Now, we did have something else exciting turn up, and we're just going to touch on it. But Scarpa have done kids shoes, so this is this is aimed, what's it called, mate? What do we call it?
It's a Rebel rum.
Yep, so it's perfect. So this is, if you've got a smaller foot, that's okay. You can still fit into this. But it is aimed at the kids' footwear range. So protective around, it's all round use. They've done it in a slightly more neutral colorway, so you can use it for almost everything. But it's just a good daily shoe. Go for a hike, go for a walk around town, go into the mountains somewhere. It's absolutely perfect. And then, what have you got here?
Here we got a boot variant. It's a full upper suede, so nice and durable. Fantastic. We've got a Preza sole on it, which will be nice and durable, still very grippy.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
And they're quite an affordable shoe for obviously kids. You know, they grow pretty fast. It's something you need to be concerned about. But these guys are right in a bit more affordable bracket. I can't remember the price off the top of my head, but you check on the website, you'll see that. But they've got a membrane to them, so they're fully waterproof. What did you say, it's nubuck?
Suede.
Suede, there you go. So it's nice and durable, still plenty of ventilation. Now, I did forget to mention that these guys here, they don't have a membrane to them. So essentially, nice and durable. They do have like a water repellent coating on them, so a bit of moisture will kind of bead off, but they're not a waterproof shoe by any means. But it does mean they're going to breathe better, which is always a bonus. So we've got all this in store. Try them on. I think you'll be impressed. But these guys are going to be, I reckon they're going to be bomb-proof. They're just going to be the best shoe on the market for what we do. How's that? Keep it simple. Yeah, thanks guys.
That's what it is.